Apocalypse Now by Desitoria. Chapter 1. She knew she had to leave. Harmony wasn't raised to have any clue how to live the life of a celebrity. Deep down, she knew she wasn't the greatest trainer alive. She was still a kid. She still wanted to live her own life, explore new places just for the sake of adventure. "This'll be an adventure, all right," she said to herself as she got out of bed. She put on her favorite outfit, not counting her trademark jacket and shorts she wore before she beat Red. She'd mostly abandoned that outfit now, as it was what she was pictured in the most various billboards and advertisements around the Johto region. She'd also begun to wear her hair down more often. It threw off some people more to see her without her usual ponytail. Whatever gave her the best chance of going unnoticed was her favorite thing to do these days. But today, she couldn't avoid the crowds. She had a trip to make today, and naturally it required her to go through the two biggest cities in the Johto and Kanto regions. Today she wore a style commonly called the cool trainer look. Nothing too flashy, a simple red long-sleeve top that zips all the way up over a pair of knee-length latex shorts. Harmony's long chestnut hair flowed down past her shoulders, a look that seemed foreign to her. "I wonder if he'll even recognize me," she thought. "Maybe I'll put my hair back up when I get there." She grabbed a rubber band from atop her dresser, snapped it onto her wrist, and headed down the stairs, where she was instantly greeted by the somewhat shrill voice of her mother. "Harmony! Harmony!" her mother frantically yelled in an excited tone. "Guess what? We're about to close on the house. It's the same one I grew up in." "That's great, Mom," Harmony said, the excitement in her voice mostly genuine. Having never even been to the Sinnoh region before, Harmony didn't truly care what house they were going to be living in, but she was happy to see her mother so joyful anyway. "Well, don't you look spiffy today. Where are you going, kiddo?" There was a pause as Harmony decided best to put it. "I'm going to say goodbye." She went next door to Professor Elm's laboratory to get her Pokemon. Harmony's mother never bothered to buy a personal computer capable of transporting Pokemon, so Harmony managed her friends there at the lab. "Hello, Harmony," a cheery Professor Elm said. "Going somewhere today?" "Yeah, Kanto, actually." "Business or pleasure?" Um, in her mind, it was neither. If this meeting went anything like last time, it sure wouldn't be pleasurable. "Business," she lied. "I need to tie up some loose ends before the move." "Ah, I see. Well, you know how to log on to Bill's Pokemon Network by now," the professor reasoned unnecessarily. "I hope you enjoy your trip." "Thank you." She doubted she would. Harmony withdrew 6 of her favorite Pokemon, minus the legendaries. Not like she was planning on accepting any battles today anyway. As she left the lab, she wondered why she'd even brought a full party along. "Birdo, come on out!" Birdo the Pidgeotto emerged from the Pokeball she had just thrown onto the ground in front of her. "I gotta go to Kanto today, so I need you to fly me to Goldenrod and then to Pallet Town once we get to Saffron, okay?" The bird spread its wings wide and called its name loudly in agreement. Harmony smiled at Birdo's eagerness. "I knew I could count on you," she said with a wink. Harmony couldn't help but study the landscape as she soared through the Johto skies on the back of her Pidgeotto. She knew her days were numbered, and she knew she'd miss these lands dearly. This was the only place she'd ever known. She'd had her first adventure there. This place defined her legacy. A defined legacy at 17. Ridiculous. By now, Birdo had learned that when Harmony said "fly me to Goldenrod," she actually meant "fly me to a route nearby Goldenrod." People touched down in the middle of town and out in the backs of their Pokemon regularly, but Harmony was instantly recognizable and would draw a crowd any time she attempted this. So Birdo landed just to the south of Goldenrod, and Harmony was happy to walk the rest of the way. "Thanks, Birdo. Have a nice rest," she said as she withdrew the big bird into its Pokeball. In the old days, she liked to bring a Pokemon out of its ball and have it walk around with her. But now, as her Pokemon were almost as famous as she was, she would draw too large amounts of attention in her direction. "I miss having fun." She made it all the way to the station without incident. It wasn't the outfit so much as the hair that threw them off, she decided. She said a silent prayer as she approached the gate that she wouldn't be recognized. Well, so much for that, as it was the regular guard working today. Well, hello, Harmony, he said warmly. Harmony cringed at the mentioning of her name. Oh, don't worry, I won't make a big fuss about it. I know you like to keep to yourself. Harmony was truly stunned by this. The man had seen right through her. Thank you, she said with a genuine smile and handed him her rail pass. The guard swiped the pass through the checker and wished Harmony a pleasant trip. Harmony liked riding the magnet train, even though it moved much too fast for her to admire the landscape. The train's speed was another trait she admired, for in a mere 10 minutes the train was pulling into Saffron City. Harmony felt pretty safe now that she was in Kanto. Beating the Great Red was an internationally significant accomplishment, but she found she was a much bigger deal in her native land of Johto. She considered just bringing out Birdo here and flying off, but she decided she'd be better off leaving the city first. As she was leaving the city, she heard a male voice behind her. Hey! Hey! Damn it, she thought. I've been spotted. Hey! The stranger panted out of breath. I've been trying to get your attention for the past 2 blocks. Sorry, I had headphones in, she lied. Oh, whatever, listen. Here we go. I saw you on the train just now, and I gotta say, damn, you're cute. You know that diner in Celadon? Well, I know the guy whose brother runs that place, and he can probably... Great. Not a fan. Just some creep. She couldn't decide which was worse right now. She responded to his offer by shooting him the ugliest glare she could muster at him and walking off mid-sentence. It made her feel bad in a way, but it also shut the guy up. She turned the next corner and stopped for a while, making sure the creep had actually stopped following her. She stopped a minute to catch her breath. Her heart was racing and her brain seemed to be pounding in rhythm with her pulse. Even the smallest social encounter gave her one of these attacks now. What the hell is wrong with me? All right, Birdo, we're here. She let the bird out of its ball again. This time she could sense something was wrong with her trainer, so she nuzzled her head up against Harmony's shin. Aw, Birdo, you're so sweet. Thank you, but I'm okay, she said with a cheery grin. You ready to go to Pallet Town? Birdo nodded her approval and took Harmony to her destination. Pallet Town was comparable in size to New Barktown, so Harmony felt all right landing in the city limits. She took a moment to breathe. Her heart had begun to go crazy again. Damn this anxiety. Once she had gathered herself, she made her way further into the rural town. She stopped off at the first house on the right. After using the rubber band she'd brought to tie up her hair in her classic ponytail, which she'd nearly forgotten, she took one last deep breath and knocked on the door. She waited about 10 seconds. There was no answer. She tried again. No answer. She tried one last time before giving up. Again, she was met with silence. She felt ashamed to be so relieved that no one was home. She wasn't sure whether to ask around town to see if anyone knew where he was, or if she should just cut her losses and go back home. But it didn't matter as she heard the door open behind her as she started to walk away. Hello, Harmony. Hello, Hideki. Alright, so that was chapter 1 of the aPokelypse story. So I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please check out chapter 2, because that's really where things start to get a little bit crazy. You can see our wonderful trainer, Harmonia, kind of has a little bit of back history there with this other trainer named Hideki. But I guess we'll have to tune into chapter 2 to check that out. If you all want to go read the story, of course, you can find it on DeviantArt, on Desutoria's account. I'll post a link to that in the description. Otherwise, I think I'm going to be uploading these 2 chapters at a time so that they'll be finished in time at the end of October, because there's 26 chapters, I believe. Something like that. 26 or 30. Anyways, though, I will see you all later. Bye now.